When you're on a path to be the best in whatever it is you do, you have to perform what I call leverage analysis. What is leverage analysis? It's finding the areas where you can put in the least amount of work and get the most benefit. You have to do this so you can make progress very, very quickly. And then you can start to work on areas. After you make this big progress, you can start to work on those areas that require more time, more attention, areas that are harder to improve on. But there are certain things in any field you can do that will take a minority of time, yet give you the majority of results. Some people refer to it as the 80-20 rule, but I think it's slightly different than that. The 80-20 rule is 20% of the things you will do will give you 80% of the results. I look at it more from a time perspective. There are things you can do for 20 or 30 minutes a day maybe that will completely change your trajectory towards greatness. Now, if you know me, you probably know what I'm going to say next. One thing you can do that will completely alter the course of your career is to start to train your mind. 20 minutes a day of training your mind will give you more results than any other 20 minutes you can spend in your sport or in your field or in your career. To visualize, to get your mind saying the right things when you start to talk to yourself, to learn how to calm your physiology and your breathing, to learn how to let thoughts go, let emotions go, to learn how to handle a bad performance or something that's humiliating or embarrassing. You can learn new skills so quickly by visualizing, by following the visualizations we have in the program. You're looking for leverage points if you're a serious person. Why? Because we have limited time and we need results fast. Now, you also know if you follow this channel that I do not in any way negate physical preparation, getting reps in. I think you're better off if you had 1 hour a day spending 15 to 20 minutes training your mind and then spending the remaining time doing ball handling and game speed drills and working your ball handling into those game speed drills, shooting shots, layups, jump shots, fadeaways, threes. In 1 hour a day, if you gave me an athlete and you said you have 1 hour a day, I could get him further along or her further along than most coaches could get their players in 3 hours a day. Now, I am on board with the idea that you do 20 minutes in the morning of mental training and you should have 2 to 3 hours a day of training your skill set and making sure you also include you're getting stronger, you're getting more explosive. Right? You give me an hour a day with a guy, I know the leverage points that make athletes better. You give me anyone in any field in an hour a day, we're going to train their mind and train their body/skill. If we do that, then we found those leverage points that jump you forward. When you watch sci-fi, there's the idea of wormholes. Like a wormhole is you go into a black hole on this side of the universe and you pop out in a black hole on a different part of the universe, far, far away, faster than you could travel there at the speed of light. And that's really what mental training does. When you couple it with game speed drills, it's a wormhole. You go into it and you pop out further along than you could have just doing game speed drills alone, shooting alone, repetition alone. It's a wormhole, right? It is also, at the beginning, it's like wormholes. You go in and you keep popping up further and you look back and the competition's behind you. So that's what I do. This is why I make these programs, because it's a leverage point. And I've been stressing to you, you cannot spend your money any better than $20 a year to use these drills. That's it. It's $20 a year. Cancel anytime. That's all you need to move forward, to hit that wormhole. You found a leverage point. And you'll be amongst your peers for a while, but if you start training your mind, you're going to look back and they're going to be behind you. You're going to start separating yourself from the crowd. And that's really what a scout's looking for when he watches. It's what fans are looking for. They're looking for the player that separates themselves from the pack. There's Steph Curry, here's the rest of the shooters. Here's LeBron James, basketball IQ, there's everybody else. Here's Kevin Durant's clutchness, here's his smooth, silky jump shot, there's everybody else. Here's Kyrie's ball handling, there's everybody else. So you want to separate yourself from the pack. There's a famous saying that it's never crowded along the extra mile. If you go just a little bit further, do something a little bit more than everyone else, the gains are enormous. It doesn't take that much. We're talking 15, 20 minutes a day. Hell, even 10 minutes a day. Just 10 minutes a day can radically transform your career, help you max out your potential. It's never crowded along the extra mile. It's never crowded where people are doing extra work. Go into a library on Saturday night at a major university. You'll find the serious students, as long as it's not during the final exam time when people are just cramming, but go during the middle of the semester. It's never crowded. And if you could get everyone together, every basketball player, every athlete, because we make programs for all athletes, killerinstinctsports.com. If you could, at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., grab every athlete as they wake up in the world, right? Pretend there wasn't time differences. And see what 99.99% of athletes do when they open their eyes in the morning. 99.999% of athletes do when they open. None of them train their mind. You want to get ahead, open your eyes, start training your mind. The competition's not doing it. They're just not. But that is a leverage point. And guys who have done the program know it's true. It's not just BS. We've been doing it for years. It works. Why? Because while we're all unique, our minds do work in certain ways. They like pictures. They like good words. They like to see what's going to happen in the future. The body, because of, let's say, evolution, likes to move in certain ways that give it confidence. The face, the eyes. And there's more in the program than all of this. There are very specific strategies to talk to yourself, very specific ways to visualize, guided visualizations. There's full lectures on mental training that you can go through. And as you go through the lectures, it starts to become who you are and how you think. It's like when you first learn a foreign language, you guys know this, you don't really think in the language. And then if you're really intense in the foreign language, pretty soon you start thinking in that sort of way. You think in that language. Well, let me tell you, you start to think in terms of mental training. Okay, I had a bad game. What was going on in my mind? Sometimes you just have to say, I had a bad game. It happens. Other times you say, you know what? I didn't really relax before the game. I broke my routine of doing mental training. So leverage points are, at first, they jump you way ahead. And then leverage points keep you ahead. So leverage points help you reach your potential. And then leverage points become the maintenance force in your game. It puts you into a rhythm to play well. So anyways, yes, there are ways to get better faster. And yes, you have to work on the physical part of the game. It's very, very, very important. That's 1A, but 1B is mental training. And sometimes 1A is mental training, 1B is physical training. Just depends where you're at. When your mental game's good, sometimes you need to put more into the physical side. And when your physical side's good, sometimes you need to put more in the mental side. But asking me what to pick, what's most important, physical drills or mental drills, that's like asking me to pick between my favorite children. I don't have children yet, but between my favorite pets, it's not, I can't do it. They're both incredibly important. Peace. Growing up, I was always interested in the mental game. After years of study, I developed the Basketball Brain program. My life is devoted to helping others achieve their greatness. I hope you'll like, subscribe, and if you take a chance with the Basketball Brain program, I promise you your game's going to reach levels that you never thought possible.